are gearing up for an exciting day of rallying here in Cavan for round 3 of the Triton Showers National Rally Championship. Just looking at the lineup of competitors, here is a sight to behold, with the top 10 crews alone a lockout of WRCs.
Taking place at the height of the rallying season, the Hotel Kilmore Cavan Stages Rally is a very popular event. And as a counting round of both the Triton Showers National Championship and the Sligo Palace Border Championship, not to mention its convenience as a warm-up event for Donegal International Rally, competition is always keen across the Breffni county.
Declan, it's early days in the championship, round 3, but to be leading the championship leaderboard, you must be happy with that.
Definitely happy with that, but I need to keep chipping away and getting points. A big battle on here today, so I need to try and stay ahead of Donna. That'll be the main thing, and get around. Donegal's not far away either, so I want to get around.
Donna, a Fiesta today instead of a Focus?
Yeah, something different. The Focus is way being rebuilt, so the engine hasn't come back yet, so we decided to hire a car. We picked it up at the airport this morning, and we're going to see how we get on.
Josh, such an exciting day for rallying.
It's going to be an interesting day. There's lots of competition, so it's really anybody's for the taking, so we're going to have to be on it from the word go.
Leaving headquarters at the Hotel Kilmore in Cavan Town, the top crews included several former national, tarmac and forestry champions, so predicting a winner was no easy task. Further down the seating, Chris Armstrong and Stuart Darcy were all set to continue their compelling contest for the Rally.ie two-wheel drive crown.
Chris, you've had some misfortune in the first 2 rounds, but a serious battle going on between yourself and Stuart.
Yeah, today's going to be no different, I don't think. Tight, twisty stages, typically a Cavan. Hopefully now we get a good run. We messed up twice there in the first 2 rounds, so hopefully now we'll keep in front of them today.
Stuart, your championship is right on track at the moment.
It is, yeah, but I would say I'll have to concede today. I don't think the momentum will keep on going now today with these 2 Cavan men, so we'll just let them race away ourselves. We're trying to go to Donegal in a few weeks' time, so we'll see how we go. If we can get a second points in the championship today, it'd be great.
Let's take a look at the rally route now, and clerk of the course Stephen Kellett and his team at the County Cavan Motor Club have laid on 3 loops of 3 stages. Stages 1, 4 and 7 lie south of Cavan Town and traverse some bumpy, lake-dotted terrain. Stage 2, 5 and 8 feature some tight, technical sections at the start before some long, flat stretches, while Stage 3, 6 and 9 zigzag across some hilly country before finishing close to Cavan Town once again. The fine weather brought big crowds, and a special word of thanks must go to the volunteer marshals who ensure everybody spectates from a safe distance. There's also local residents to thank, without whose kind cooperation the rally could not run. To the action from the opening loop now, and having missed round 2 in Kerry, Josh Moffat was determined to get his season back on track as he blasted into an early lead of 5.6 seconds on stage 1. Times for the second stage were cancelled due to issues with synchronising the clocks, but the 2016 Young Rally Driver of the Year was quickest again on stage 3 to lead by 8.8 seconds, with Keith Moriarty navigating in the Ford Fiesta WRC. Championship leader Declan Boyle promised a cautious drive, but it didn't look like the Donegal man was holding back much on the opener. Holding second overall, the 2-time national champion wasn't entirely happy with the suspension settings on his Fiesta.
150 out of it, and keep right for square left, clean, passed out, wide. 120. 1 left over crest, absolute. 40, 1 left absolute again. 80 to 5 right, stop dead for the square right around the bales, loose. You know what, watch this one.
Having taken their first outright win at the non-championship Nina Stages rally earlier in the year, things haven't gone quite to plan since then for Roy White and James O'Brien. The 2016 champions followed up a non-finish in Mayo with third in Kerry and were third again so far in Cavan despite a minor spin on stage 3. Former tarmac champions Gary Jennings and Rory Kennedy were one of several crews using the event as a warm-up for the upcoming Donegal International. And despite a Subaru Impreza being a bit of a handful in some of the narrower sections of the rally, Gary was happy to be fourth overall after the opening loop. National champion in 1992 in an Opel Ascona, Pater Herson took a couple of victories last year in his new Fiesta WRC. But it's been 8 months since his last closed road event, so he was happy to be holding 5th place for the moment. In 6th, Joe McGonigal's 3 previous events in the Mini WRC netted 3 4th place finishes, and the Donegal driver was eager to at least score a podium position in Cavan.
2 right. Right over 120, 2 left minus, 40, 3 right, 60, 1 right, 80, flat 1 right over crest, 200, chicane, right entry, 3 bales, 3 bales, 100, turn, 7 left over small gravel, open the ball.
One of 4 former tarmac champions in the event, Darren Gass was another driver using the Cavan stages as a shakedown and a warm-up for the Donegal International. Darren held 7th in the McKinstry-run Subaru S14. Just 2 seconds adrift in 8th overall, and leading the two-wheel drive contingent was the Darion T90 of Stuart Darcy. The former Billy Coleman award winner was finding it necessary to adjust the setup of his car, however. Just 0.9 of a second off Darcy on stage 1, chairman of the Donegal Motor Club Brian Brogan put his Escort off into a ditch on stage 2. Not great preparation for the Donegal International. Donna Kelly's debut drive in the Fiesta didn't get off to an auspicious start. The Donegal driver's last 2 events saw him win at West Cork and the circuit of Kerry. Both of those were in his trusty double championship winning Ford Focus, however, and the Donegal driver was struggling to get to grips with his new mount as he lay 9th after 3 stages. Close runner-up to Niall Maguire here in 2009, Kevin Barrett was under no illusions with the level of competition in Cavan this year. He was 10th and delighted with yet another top-class turnout for the Triton Showers Rally Championship.
Right into crest jump 60, 1 right 80, small crest 40, turn back 6 right.
Kevin, there's an absolutely insane lineup of WRCs here today. As the sponsor, you must be overjoyed.
Absolutely, all the way down. If you look through all the classes, it's fantastic. Certainly the top end. I think it's the highest we've seen. What is it, 11 maybe world cars, and in the top 11 in the rally. And yeah, great to see. And obviously we have a few boys here testing for Donegal and stuff. But look, they're all welcome to this championship.
11th overall and 2nd to Stuart Darcy in the two-wheel drive battle, Adrian Hetherington is a regular sight on the national tarmac and forestry scenes. 12th overall and 3rd in class was Ryan Loughran, whose Ford Escort was last seen mounting the national winners ramp in the hands of Rob Duggan at the Killarney Rally of the Lakes. Second to Duggan in Killarney was Gary Kiernan, 3rd in class so far on his home rally. The Bailieborough driver lost time with 2 spins on the opening loop. Fellow Cavan driver Chris Armstrong had worse luck as he retired after breaking his front right wheel when he mounted a ditch and hit a wall on stage 2. With Stuart Darcy leading the class, this could have a big impact on the destination of the two-wheel drive title. In Group N, former champions Aidan Ray and Kieran McGrath had been leading until he damaged the exhaust of the Mitsubishi Evo 10 and retired.
4 right, don't cut. Fast 4 right. 450 out of it. 450, keep her going.
Also out were Paul Barrett and Declan Tumulty, whose disappointing season continued when the turbo in their Vado-backed Mitsubishi blew on stage 1. The Cavan stages were taking their toll on the Group N category as Mark Boyle and Charles Gallagher were another crew to withdraw. They only lasted 2 stages before retiring with mechanical trouble. With the mudguard of a Subaru Impreza flailing, Willie Fannin was happy to take over the Group N lead on his home rally. Second in class was the Mitsubishi Evo 10 of forestry regular Cavan McCourt. In the junior class, Jason Black was on the pace from the off and opened up a 15-second lead on stage 1. After stage 3, his lead was 17 seconds.
And 2 left over crash jump, and 1 right over big crash jumps. Big crash jumps 130. Oh, you turn 5 right nips up before the 3 unseen. 5 right nips up. It does nip now, Jason. 80. Of course, the slow crest and the 5 left opens to the 3 left.
Caught cold on the opener, David Kelly was just 2 seconds slower than Black on stage 3 in his similar Toyota Starlet. A further 26 seconds back, and third was the Honda Civic of Michael Cahill and Keith Lipscomb from Kells.
Black crest, very long crest, 100 down, 2 right, 40, 2 left. 130 down the middle over bad bumps.
The class leader's brother Gareth Black was second in the junior championship standings after 2 rounds, but Gareth was 7th in Cavan as he struggled to keep up with the 1600cc machines in his 1400cc Starlet.
And 3 left uncut. And 2 left. 80 short, 4 right.
Back at the top of the overall leaderboard, it's Josh Moffat who leads by 8.8 seconds from Declan Boyle, with Roy White a further 10 seconds back in third. Can anyone catch the young Monaghan ace? Find out after the break. Welcome back to part 2 of the Hotel Kilmore Cavan Stages Rally, and while the crews prepared to tackle their second run through the loop of 3 stages, the fans gathered in the fine weather to await the action. Josh Moffat extended his overall lead to 24 seconds after the 3 stages, but it wasn't as easy as it may have seemed. The former Forest Rally champion was only quickest on 1 of the stages, having been bested by Boyle on the opener. Moffat struck back with the fastest time on stage 5, however, to push his lead back out to 15 seconds. Boyle was then unlucky to puncture on stage 6, demoting the championship leader to 3rd place. He would be hard-pressed and perhaps unwise to try and make up the lost time on the final loop.
And 2 left over crest, don't cut 60, 2 right absolute, 100. To 1 left over jump and crest mid, 2 left cut. Crest mid, 2 left cut, 60, cut to speed. 2 right over crest, 60 to 5 left.
Now up to second, Roy White was quickest by 3 seconds at stage 6, and even if he were to maintain that pace for the final loop, it would likely not be enough to reel in the leader Moffat. Gary Jennings was now over a minute off the overall lead in 4th place, and with his focus on the upcoming Donegal International Rally, there would be no undue risks taken over the closing stages of Cavan. It was a similar mindset for Darren Gass, who lay 17 seconds further back in 5th. Joe McGonigal had been right on the heels of the top 5, but an off into a field in stage 5 cost him over 20 seconds, as his focus now turned to getting to the finish. Sadly, Pater Herson's rally finished on stage 5 when he pulled his Fiesta in with a broken rear differential. As we headed back to catch up with some of the top crews at the final service.
We got a puncture. We probably had about 3 kilometres left till the end of the stage, and we lost about 24 seconds. But I need to try and climb back into second.
Josh holding the lead at the moment, but a change now in the weather.
Yeah, it's looking like it could possibly rain. It's hard to know. So, yeah, we have 24 seconds on Roy at the minute, so I suppose it's comfortable enough. But he's definitely going hard out there, so he's taking time off us there in the odd stage. So we've 3 tough stages to go yet, so anything could happen really.
Concerned about the weather?
Yeah, just, a bit of a shower has come down. If those stages get wet, and you get caught on the wrong tyres, you carnage out there. So, you know, but you can't afford to not take an aggressive tyre choice because you'll just get eaten alive. So, you know, it's a difficult one. Luckily, Declan's there and Josh is there, so we can see what people are doing.
Keeping an eye.
Exactly.
Joe, a bit of a moment on stage 5.
Yeah, we went backwards into the field, but no real damage, so just kind of slowed us down a bit. Still enjoying ourselves.
Did you lose much time?
Probably 20 seconds. Just didn't get out that easy, and it was hard to get the car turned, but it's okay.
Rounding up the various class battles now, and the junior contest threw up some drama as third place crew Michael Cahill and Keith Lipscombe retired with mechanical issues on stage 5, the penultimate junior stage. Also out were second place crew David Kelly and Kenny Bustard, who went out in the final stage for the junior class, stage 6. Gareth Black and Callum Maguire benefited from the retirements and ended up taking third in class in their 1400cc Starlet. Stephen and Amy Faughan took the runner-up spot in their Ford Escort. But there was no doubting the winners of the junior classes. Jason Black and Jack McKenna took victory by 1 minute 53 seconds in their 1600cc Starlet.
Jason, congratulations, home in first place. Your junior championship is looking healthy.
Yeah, good boost there of the championship. So I was leading both the border and the national, so very happy.
In the historic class, Malcolm Pedlow and Billy Regan took the win in their BMW. Stephen Reynolds and Derek McCarthy were winners of Class 1 in their Honda Civic. There was a titanic struggle between the two Peugeot 208 R2s for supremacy in Class 2, with James Wilson leading narrowly until the final loop when William Creighton took over the top spot, but just half a second separated the two going into the final stage, which Creighton won by almost 6 seconds to secure victory. Runners-up in Class 3, Roger Kennedy and Wendy Blackledge took maximum points, as class winners Michael McGarty and Damien Garvey were not registered for the championship. In Class 4, the Group N category, Willie Fannin and Dean O'Sullivan had been leading until a disappointing retirement on the final stage. Picking up the reins to take the Group N win were Cahan McCourt and Grace O'Brien in the Mitsubishi. Paul Rowley made the long journey home from New York once again to take the Class 5 win, and 14th overall with Brian Doherty navigating in the Fiesta R5. Seeded 10th and finishing 10th, Kevin Barrett and Anthony Nestor took third place in Class 7. Gary Jennings and Rory Kennedy backed off on the final loop and took second in Class 7 and 6th overall in the Impreza S12. Donna Kelly grew into the new Fiesta WRC throughout the day to take the Class 7 trophy and 5th overall. Damien O'Reilly and Thomas Wedlock won Class 9 in their Escort Mark II. Leonard Chute had an eventful drive to eventually take the runner-up spot in Class 10 with navigator Niall Farley. Taking the Class 10 win at their home rally were Adrian Foley and Anthony McDonald in the Opel Corsa. Donegal crew, Lee and Christy McLaughlin, won Class 11F and took the Sligo Pallets Drive of the Day award in the Honda Civic. Fellow Donegal crew, Paul Carn and Andrew Brown, had been pushing for Class 11R honours in their Corolla, but slipped out of the top 5 over the closing stages of the rally.
One right, 40 to a care, long 2 right, tight to a short 4 right, tight to a short 4 at the pole. And crest in the short 4 left, go early. Short 4 left here, go early. And 3 right. 3 right here, jump bridge. And flaps 2 left over crest, jump. Slip 40 over rough to 2 right, 100. So you have 2 right here, 100.
Taking the win in Class 11R were former class champions Seamus Connolly and Gary McCrudden, who were 15th overall in their Toyota Corolla.
80 to a 3 right, opens out to a 2 right here. This 3 right opens out to a long 2. 60 to the chicane, 3 bales. 240 over the bumps.
William and Philip Armstrong had led Class 12 early on, but were second going into the final loop, where they retired on stage 8. With Brian Armstrong and Aidan Gallagher going on to take victory in their Escort Mark II. Damien Campbell and Declan McGarty from Tempo were the pace setters in Class 13, taking victory by almost 10 seconds in the end. Adrian Hetherington and Ronan O'Neill were pushing for a podium finish in the two-wheel drive battle and 10th overall, but they were forced to retire with mechanical trouble after stage 4. Damien Toner and Denver Rafferty finished 4th in the two-wheel drive battle and 11th overall. Less than 8 seconds ahead was a similar machine of Ryan Loughran and Gareth Doherty, who finished 9th overall and 3rd in class. Going one place better was local man Gary Kiernan, with Donegal's Ryan Moore calling the notes in the Escort. They finished just 2.6 seconds behind two-wheel drive winners Stuart Darcy and William Lynch, who finished 7th overall and took the Triton Showers Drive of the Day award in the Darien T90.
A good day in the office.
Yeah, thanks very much. I know it was a brilliant day. It was great stages. It was really nice to get a finish. They were tough, very, very challenging. You know, a lot of gravel on them. Usually wouldn't suit that car there, but Paul Reid and the boys made a great job of her, and they set her up well. So it was great to have that positive coming away from here, going to Donegal. You know.
In Class 15, Martin and Declan Tynan took the win in their Mitsubishi. In Class 20, David Leonard and Niall Burns took 3rd place and finished 13th overall. The final loop didn't go well for Roy White and James O'Brien. A rear left wheel puncture soon after the start of stage 7 saw them plummet to 18th as they had to stop and change the wheel. They eventually finished 12th overall and 2nd in Class 20. Taking the Class 20 win, Joe McGonigal and Kieran Geeney would have to wait for their first national podium in the Mini WRC as they finished 4th overall once again. Darren Gass and Enda Sherry gained 2 places over the final loop to finish 3rd overall in the Subaru S14. A good result after a long absence for the Armagh driver. Declan Boyle and James O'Reilly recovered well from their stage 5 puncture to take the runner-up spot and securing an extra point for setting fastest time on the final stage, the power stage. But leading from start to finish were Josh Moffat and Keith Moriarty. Their Fiesta WRC never missed a beat and responded to pressure in the middle of the day to bring it back to the Hotel Kilmore with a winning margin of 34.6 seconds.
Josh leading all the way, all day long.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a good day for us. It's sort of what we need to do for the championship, and it's what we plan to do, and thankfully it all worked out for us.
Tricky stages out there.
Yeah, definitely very demanding, and credit to Keith, he done a top job all day. He kept me on the road, so it wasn't so bad.
So there's confirmation of the overall results of the Hotel Kilmore Cavan Stages Rally, with Josh Moffat's win pushing him up to 4th place on the championship leaderboard. Declan Boyle still leads, with Joe McGonigal now 2nd ahead of Donna Kelly, and Stuart Darcy completes the top 5.
Josh Moffat takes a convincing win here at the Hotel Kilmore Cavan Stages Rally. He led right from the outset and no one could match his pace. He came home with over 30 seconds to spare. Join us next time when we do it all again in Sligo. We'll see you then.